Hello, and welcome to a place we like to call Teeth. Going to be continuing the match between cowofschmau and God Saves Weebs. Of course, if you haven't seen map 1, check that out first. What a funny game. cowofschmau, I think, definitely was dominant throughout the entire game, but he kind of just blundered right at the end and lost his carrier. It's pretty depressing when it happens to you, but I hope he's not too affected by it. Coming into the second map, he should recognize he was playing quite well. I think he ought to take this one. Just gotta keep his head cool, I guess. Is that a thing you say? I hope it is. God Hates Weebs, meanwhile, looks like he's gonna go for that. Looks like he's gonna go for that early gunship once again. Scanner comes out at a pretty good location. I think it's gonna be a retirement of the base runner here. Otherwise, he wouldn't be moving toward the carrier like that. Yeah, Space Runner is consumed. Cow didn't do that last time, did he? I think he left it out there. And I think he also knows a gunship is coming, or at least he should know that it happened last game. But he's up to 600, and yet there's another production cruiser for him. Okay, so I imagine he's going to be trying a rush here, and it is noteworthy that like double production cruiser counters air quite nicely. The strike fighters just go down way too fast if there's double production cruiser out there. I don't know about a gunship. I've never seen that, but I mean, based on what happened last game, like I think it's definitely possible that gunship could be killed in this scenario. So just waiting on 40 more RUs, and then he's going to get it up to fighter and gunship fabrication. What is Cow going to be up to meanwhile? It looks like railguns, yeah, it's based on how many RUs he's stacking, but we'll just have to wait and see. He's timed it pretty nicely too, because skimmer fabrication, it looks like he's about like 7 seconds late or something, but I mean, that's pretty close. And it's probably going to be railgun fabrication. Blends in quite nicely, doesn't it? You can hardly even see it. It's going to be assault ships. Okay, that's interesting. Well, they're much hardier against gunship, aren't they? I'm just going off the assumption here that Cal like knows it's going to be a gunship rush. That's not necessarily true, but just like based on all the other games that God Hates Weebs had played, like you can kind of tell like he's just gunship rushed every game so far, I think anyway. I'd have to go back and look at like some of the old replays, and I don't really want to, but I'm pretty sure he's done this a lot at this tournament is what I'm trying to say. So it's not really too much of a surprise, or at least it shouldn't be when that comes out. This fight is going to go the way of the sand skimmer. That sounded super like Native American, the way of the sand skimmer. But he definitely does need to back away here. That's good though, he is going to do that. Oh no, 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 you did this with your carrier last game. Keep going, keep going. Gunship is on the way, assault ship fabrication finishing like right now. Keep running, keep running. You're not out of the woods yet, boys. Oh no. Yeah, it seems to be a common theme here. But assault ships are on the way, and I think the #1 priority now would be to get the armored unit defenses level 1. Rather than focusing on getting units out. Oh, fleet cap. Well, that's probably important. I tend to forget about fleet cap. I don't know if you've noticed this. I don't like getting the base runner actually, because you're not all-inning, but you definitely like are trying to go for this above anything else. ALM gets deployed in a forward position here. That's not going to slow things down by much. Gunship is going straight for the eco, so I like the base runner actually now that I think about it, but you should keep him back there. And then use the base runner heal also to, yeah, so put the base runner right there and then use base runner heal to keep the salvagers alive. And then your assault ships can come in and just kind of clean up shop, right? Assault ship rushing though against Soban is a little tricky because the carrier has armor break on it too. So you can see this guy only has 5 armor here, so like the LAV is doing pretty noticeable damage to him. I would actually pull back, focus on the ALMs first, because if your opponent keeps spamming them, then you're just going to kill him that way. Like, that's actually a way for him to die. Oh, no! Oh! Okay, I didn't see that was happening. So, that's a problem. But, I mean, I guess, you know, he's sort of returned the favor, hasn't he? So, that means they're, like, even. But look at this, railguns are coming out now for God Hates Weebs. That's good. As long as he actually has the money for a salvager. He does, alright. God, gotta keep this guy safe though. Okay, yeah, he's moving it out. No, not enough. Okay, that's a good direction actually. I think God Hates Weebs has this, actually. And this is a little interesting to see, because I definitely wouldn't have said he's the favorite here. Yeah, there's no units left here. I mean, the eco is dead for both players, right? But if you just look at the units on the field right now, we got a railgun and ALMs here that can stun. Well, they should be turned on anyway. Versus like the 2 production cruisers. So he can actually chase here. So if his carrier just like chases him down, he's gonna kill off... Maybe that's not true. I don't know, maybe the production cruisers are gonna get away. But at any rate, I feel like the eco harass potential is still here for God Hates Weebs. You know, as you can see, he's flying out there now with that gunship. Taking a bit of damage from the production cruisers on the way, but that's alright. And it's just not there for Cow. He can't harass this eco anymore. So I think the eco is going to get set up again for God Hates Weebs, and we're going to have a 2-0 here. Oh, tell me he kills this production cruiser. Oh, it's so close. I don't think he's going to. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, you just charge in there and kill this thing. Don't worry about the assault ship, because that's definitely worth it. This railgun might actually die here. He does 1 damage per shot when he's got marked target on, but that's not going to mean much. No, you target this production cruiser. Actually, I'm not even sure if he can kill this, can he? But he can put down the targeting jammer right here and stop that assault ship from doing any damage, right? Yeah, okay, I think he's got this. Yeah, because there's nothing here to protect it, so he just needs to not choke. Just keep chasing. Okay, yes, excellent. Eco getting set up again. That gunship is still up. PC goes down, and that is going to be really good for God Hates Weebs. Eco getting set back up. And I think the play, personally, from here is you go railgun spam, and then kill your opponent here. Use the gunship to counter any sand skimmers that come out at you, and then just go railgun spam, yeah? Because your opponent has the assault ship tech, railguns can actually kill him, and it can kill the production cruiser too, so it's a really good way to end the game here. He's gonna go support cruiser instead. I respect it. I mean, that's also a good choice, but I don't know. I feel like you can just end the game flat out right here, so I would rather he did that. And the gunship probably ought to just go after the eco here, because the PC is in the area, but he's not gonna kill him, I don't think, unless he kind of chokes with the gunship. But which, I mean, to be fair, that has actually happened before this matchup, but. Is this actually going to kill the assault? I think it is. I'm pretty sure in vanilla, gunship won't even kill an assault ship like that. Gunship's much better in the mod. I mean, that should just go without saying. Same with Bob's mod. Like, gunships are sort of like the awkward cousin of the strike fighter, but in these patches they actually work. You should probably just turn on your ALMs here, because you can actually kill the sand skimmer with the ALMs if you want. Yeah, there you go. I said that so confidently. I don't know. I think you can, but. Railgun coming out, carry production upgrade. Okay, it all looks good. Yeah, I think this is gonna be God Hates Weebs' game here. Just launch that gunship again against the eco. I'm actually kind of surprised how fast this got refilled. But refinery mode's not out, and that's the big difference there. And that's an expensive tech. Plus, if he does get that and he's holding his PC here, then this place is obviously pretty vulnerable with the gunship, right? And base runners are rather expensive. So gunship is ready to launch. Definitely just send it right against that eco and take out all those salvagers again if you can. I think it would be remiss if I didn't point out the reason why gunships are often not used in competitive play. It has to do also with the fact that if you're attacking eco like this, like, you can split the salvagers and greatly reduce the amount of damage that's done. M7, you what? No, just go for the eco, man. Like, one sand skimmer is not really worth it. Yeah, it's a waste of ammo, but that's okay. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I mean, you can split units, right? Like, you saw how long it took to kill the sand skimmer. Like, strike fighters would actually kill the sand skimmer faster, right? And it's kind of similar with salvagers too. Because you can split them, there's like a potential for your opponent, if his micro is good enough, to mitigate the damage quite a bit, actually, of the gunship. Yeah, just like this, except a little faster, usually. And so... Oh, is he out of ammo? Yeah, see, he really shouldn't have gone for the sand skimmer. These guys are going to heal, they're completely fine, so... That was definitely a waste of bullets. Double gunship could do this, I guess, but yeah. Anyway, the strike fighters, there's no way for your opponent's micro to actually mitigate the damage, and usually it turns out that the strike fighters actually do better against the eco than the gunship does. And so there's just really no reason to make it in a lot of people's eyes. I think there's something to the gunship rush, because now that we're in the mod and the gunship isn't trash, I mean, it's actually a unit that has pretty good potential against other units that are on the field, and it's not very common either, so you also have kind of this like anti-meta advantage going on. But in fact, honestly, I would like to see him build another one. And my thought there is that he's getting a lot of railguns here, which he could use to just finish the game off at this point, right? And so if you have like 2 gunships, even if your opponent has a lot of sand skimmers, in fact, it's better if they do. You can launch both of them at them, and just boom, they're gone. Like, you just melt through them. I think I mentioned that last game or something. So this is a time that you would want to launch your gunship against the sand skimmers. Yeah, and he seems to get it too, so. He's actually going to lose some rails here, it looks like. He got AAV fab, maybe, yeah, he's making some AAVs. Gunships are so cool too, like, I wish they were used more often because they're so cool looking, man, like, oh. How can you ever get enough of this thing? If I was Magpie, I'd be like, every time he was like firing there. Man, I want Magpie to come back. Are we stacking tons of resources again? Oh dear. Not any RUs though. I guess they're both going RU expensive, huh? Like, oh, there are 3 strike fighters out. But yeah, it's railgun fabrication as well as there's oh no, those are interceptors. Alright, I see. And then his opponent, you know, is going like gunship, which is already pretty expensive on the RUs, as well as like railguns and whatever. So I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like God Hates Weebs probably could have just wrapped this one up already if he had not gone for the sport cruiser. And now I'm a little bit worried actually, because his opponent is going air, which is going to counter the gunship pretty nicely. ALMs have got this, I think, actually. Another one gets deployed though. That's a little bit overkill. I mean, you don't need the fleet cap, and like that thing was going to die anyway. Anyway, battlecruiser fabrication is coming out here, but interceptors do really well against cruisers, and there's no anti-air on the field yet. Except for the strike fighters, right? Or no, there are no strike fighters. I'm very smart. Those are the interceptors. Oh, and the gunship is launching. So if Cal is smart, what I think he should do is assume the gunship launches again, and then just wait till you see it, and then pop the interceptors and just he's gone, right? Because interceptors kill air units so fast. Kind of unfortunate pathing on those interceptors, but God Hates Weebs actually wasted most of his ammo on the carrier anyway, so... Oh no! He got away! Oh, you're kidding. But yeah, none of the salvagers went down because he wasted all the ammo on the carrier. So the interceptors are out here, but they can't really do anything. Well, I mean, they can pick off railguns, I guess. Actually, a really good use of the interceptors, again, like I was saying with the strike fighters earlier, is, yeah, just, you know, pick off eco, right? This guy doesn't have any rockets left. Why is he still circling? Oh, I stand corrected. He does indeed have rockets left. So, armor 2 coming out now. Missile battery fabrication, yeah, makes sense. But I know he already finished battlecruiser too, so... You've got tons of CUs, like, just go ahead and get that. Like, you know... You're on 3 base economy, like, you can definitely afford it. Look how much of the map is in blue right now, by the way. I think it's mostly due to those ALMs, yeah. But he's got a lot of vision right now. Maybe it's worth it to just pop an ALM right down on this pass here, and then you can like see if your opponent is gonna, you know, move out on that side. But yeah, I mean, carrier production upgrade definitely makes sense here. Whoa, okay, so that's a couple interceptors. These guys are just pushing through. They're like, I don't care, but I think they're all gonna die. Wow, that's so many interceptors. Missile battery's coming out, but there's only like one of them. Yeah, I mean, I would just take all these guys and blow this army up here. Yeah, it looks like that's what he's gonna do. And he got peanut bomber fabrication again. I don't know if he's gonna make any. He didn't last game. Oh, there's an anti-air turret post setup. I see. Yeah, you definitely want to micro the air units that when they make their pass, they go out that way. And you can do it just by like clicking there, you know, so they come in, and then clicking there, so then when they make their pass, they'll move out. Because he lost like 4 of them there, I think, so that was pretty rough. Anti-air is quite punishing if you don't micro against it. That's one reason why I'm not very good at air, is I don't micro versus air very well. That gunship is going to launch again, but I think he's actually safe, yeah, because look, the interceptors are all docked right now. Although they're recharging pretty fast. He doesn't have that recharge upgrade, so I'm not sure why. Still though, second base is going to go down, and then this gunship should make it out if he just docks now. I mean, he can launch at him, but the same thing's going to happen, and then the missile battery will chew him up a little bit too. Dang. Nice gunship play. That was pretty cool. Another extraction's going to go down, and that actually makes 4. I didn't realize, but... Base Runner and his anti-air is already going to be fairly good against the interceptors, but there's like so many missile batteries out here. Like they're just, oh dear. Oh, and a BC popped too. He actually doesn't have very good strike craft coverage, but I mean, I think that's fine. Like he doesn't. I mean, another good thing about BCs, right, is that they're like railguns, but they don't have that weakness to small arms like strike craft and whatever. So you know, you can just kind of tank all of those shots with the BC, and it doesn't really matter that he's weak to strike craft. You don't really need to fill up that hole, right? And you don't have the problem with coalition BCs where they just get outranged by railguns, because they don't. I mean, well, actually they do, but not as much. I always thought that was a problem with the Savon battlecruisers, that his range is not as good as a railgun, so... That's a lot of railgun force here, and I think God Hates Weebs is wrapping this one up. Man, that gunship did a lot of work. I mean, it really should have been... It shouldn't have been so effective, because if cowofschmau hadn't lost so many of those salvagers to the gunship there, like, he would have been okay. But he didn't micro them out at all, and he also didn't leave the base runner with them. So if the base runner stayed there, use base runner heal when they start getting low, or even just immediately, that's fine too. And then you just try to split the salvagers. I don't think the gunship is going to do that much damage in the early game. Whereas his assault ships, they totally cleaned out the eco here, which was good. So he should have won if he had done that. Targeting's getting a little wonky here. I think maybe because like they can't actually see any enemy units, they immediately think like, oh well, let's kill a salvager. But gunship's launching, and he's pretty much unopposed. Well, there's 2 production cruisers here, and we know how well that'll work. But, oh no! This is incorrect. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he's not been terribly good with the ammo conservation, but. Doesn't seem to matter too much, and this game is definitely coming to a close. That's GG, 2-0 for God Hates Weebs, wow. In fact, I think Cow just called it there, he actually resigned. Dang, man. I was not expecting that at all. Well, nicely done, God Hates Weebs, nicely done.